Hi everyone. A very special hi to all the associates of the India Didactics Association as well. Right. I believe you're all staying safe at home, and if you're a medical practitioner, an essential service provider, you must be risking your life to help us live our lives peacefully. A very big thank you for that. And yeah, I thought of speaking to the educators. Normally, I post videos only which are aimed at my teenage audience, senior school students. Now, I thought I could just speak to the educators who are associated with the India Didactics Association as well. Right. Maybe, perhaps we are going through the most challenging times our lives will ever see. Yeah, let's hope that we come out triumphant at the end of this battle. We as teachers, as educators, are probably more engaged these days in preparing online content and delivering them to children staying in the safety of their homes. I thought this quarantine time period, this self isolation period, this lockdown period is a wonderful opportunity for us to get our children to do a little bit more of deep learning. Learning, as we know, happens at two levels. One, which we call the surface learning, and the other is deep learning. Now, let me just clarify a little bit or throw a little light into both. Of course, you must be aware of, but just for the sake of it, for those who are not familiar with these two terms, surface learning and deep learning. So, what is surface learning? See, surface learning deals with mostly gaining knowledge or information of the content or ideas, and the purpose of surface learning is often to pass an examination. So surface learning is what most often happen even in our classrooms. I'm not accusing anyone, this is just my observation, because in large classrooms like wherein you have 30, 35, 40 children, you cannot promote deep learning. It is next to impossible. So what we normally do in classroom is surface learning. Our aim is to get children through the exams. Of course, there could be gifted children, and there are challenging children as well. So we focus on balancing between the two, and thus end up providing surface learning opportunities to children, right? As opposed to surface learning, deep learning is where children are able to connect to what they learn in the surface learning period, which means deep learning comes after surface learning. You can't go into deep learning without going through surface learning. Deep learning is where transfer of knowledge can happen. Deep learning is where the learner engages themselves with the content, asks questions, and explores the content. So we live in a digitally enhanced learning environment, right? And so deep learning is very much possible these days. When we are taking online classes, I'm also taking online classes. So what we do is we provide children with a lot of cognitively flexible learning opportunities. So children can, we provide them with the links, we provide them with names of books which they can use online, and so it depends on the children to go explore these contents and go deeper into the content and engage with the content, and come back to us in a sense, in a flipped classroom situation wherein they share what they have learned with us the next day. Right? So I feel this lockdown period is the best time to promote deep learning. Let children go do a lot of research, and let them let them identify where their passion lies when it comes to different subjects through deep learning. And another thought I have now is about, I mean, this is my observation. We see the police resorting to physical measures to keep people at home, etc. Right? Now, why is this happening? My understanding is that every single one of us have a cognitive reach. There is a limit to our understanding. We cannot understand certain things, certain concepts beyond what. So the Prime Minister says, please stay home. Every state government says, please stay home. Still some people come out on the road. And the kind of strange responses we hear when the police ask them the reason for them coming out. Very strange, funny excuses. Right? Why is it happening? I think it is because maybe collectively the education system has not been able to extend their cognitive reach, that is their understanding, and they can respond only staying within their understanding. So when we teach in schools, I think we need to focus on providing learning opportunities which will enable children think beyond the topic area. So if even after this corona epidemics is over, which we believe will happen soon, if we continue to teach the way we were teaching, you're a science teacher, so you teach a science concept and that is the end of it. The application of the concept you're teaching is not explained to the children, and children are not encouraged to go research and find out where it is applicable. That kind of learning environment limits students. It limits students' cognitive reach, their ken. It limits their ken. So let's promote a more broader learning environment. Like this, I just think of the book Love in Times of Cholera by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Right? Let's call this time, like this is the time for love in times of corona. We have realized now that we cannot live independently, however rich anyone is. Yeah? So let's also use this time period, to when we are interacting with children. See, we are fortunate to be working from home directly, or through all these digitally enhanced learning mediums, learning platform, teaching platforms, right? So let's ensure that our children grow up to be a little more socially conscious. They need to realize that the earth does not revolve around them. That is how some students feel, right? Yeah, they're just part of the system, and we need to inculcate in them that civic sense, that they need to be responsible. Yeah? These days, perhaps we all know that, like I follow a lot of teenagers on social media, and sometimes I feel some of them don't care about what is happening in the world, unfortunately. Yeah? Which is not going to be right eventually for them, right? So thank you for listening to me. I hope we all will fight this battle together and support all our we'll all extend our support to the different governments, the central government and the state governments, wherever we are, and we'll keep doing what we do best. We teach best, right? That is why we are educators. So let's keep doing that. All the very best to everyone. If you're working from home, if you're not working, let's please start working it. This is an opportunity. Let's make the maximum use of it. Of course, there are alternative views. People saying that please don't go for online classes now. Let children stay with their parents, learn how to work at home. I feel all that is right too, but we can also spend some time in helping them improve themselves as individual students. Yeah? Thank you very much.